Oh man, I'm excited. I'm
What are you
excited
excited about?
because I feel like part of me feel like I'm coming into my own a little bit, like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable.
You are not kidding, brother.
Really, it's funny. Like I just feel like it's a process.
I'm telling you, I am looking forward to your stuff dropping every. I mean, I check. I told you I'm checking my phone for your stuff dropping like I'm waiting for my drug dealer to drop me a text. I'm just on that joint, waiting to see when one comes out.
Yo, speaking of the heat, speaking somebody to heat.
Talk to me.
Since me and you always be having this battle, you don't got this shit right here, do you? Can you see that? I feel like taking out the background, but
Yeah, I
you
don't
got
have the cherry bitters,
yeah, I
but
knew
I
it.
don't have the cherry bitters now.
I knew it.
I
And
got
don't wait, don't even pull that. I don't like fruit shit. Like don't pull don't pull that shit out there to demean my bitters, dude.
nah, bro, nah.
All
I
right,
got the
all right.
orange bitters. I got
Okay.
the chocolate bitters. I got a bitters collection, Dave, but I
Okay.
don't have the cherry bitters.
All right. All right. Fair
What you
enough.
putting it in old fashions?
And a Manhattan, son.
Oh, that's right. You like the Manhattans.
With the old, with not with the bullshit cherries, not those bright red, like the real cherry. It comes in like thick syrup that gives you
Yep.
diabetes. Like
Yep.
that's what I like.
That's official right there. Now,
So,
see, now
yo,
I'm jealous. I'm
salute to
filming
you,
from,
man.
I'm filming from my regular set. I was gonna film from the bar, but I didn't want to do like a mini taste test on your joint. I'll film that for my joint later. But now you got me a little jealous. You're pulling out the professionally made Manhattan with the new bitters.
Oh, my Manhattan game's gotten so much better, man. So now I put the ice in the glass just to preset the ice. I mean, just to preset the glass to get it chilled.
And then you dump out the ice.
I dump out the ice before I put the drink in, but the glass has to be at a certain frost for me to
Yeah,
even respect putting the liquor in the glass. So that's how
you
you know you got class right there, man.
stepping it up. I don't. Yeah, you
And
got me.
and speaking of that, your set is offending me right now because I came with my purple tape background, and your set looks like I don't know, like you know how they're talking about something like I don't even know, like Corona, and then they flash to this guy, like this guy is like the head of MIT, and he's and then he flashes to the you see his book set in his bookcase, like damn, he must know some shit. This is
Yeah,
so,
you must do something.
yo, look how cool his library is, son. He's flossing with his library. So that's your set looks all professional. My set look like I don't even know. Like I'm about to release a mixtape next week or something. But
You
you
get
know that's
Chef right through a mixtape. You're doing all right.
but that's what I like about it. It's the yin and the yang. It's like professionalism from your set and hood stuff that just classics, you know.
You better stop. You're like I said, the stuff you're putting out is next level.
So you're gonna wonder why you're here today. I think I told you a little bit, but here's why you're here.
You told me so little, but let's roll with it.
Because you
Like you
know
said, you'll get whatever's off the top of my head.
that's all I can. I gotta make the fight fair, so I don't give you too much. So, so I don't get manhandled. So then if the fight's fair right now. But if I'm like, yo, here's you like Belichick. If I give you a couple of weeks with a bye week, you know, no one likes that shit. Like you're seeing all these weird zones. You're like, why is that man at the line of scrimmage? He's a safety. So
Never
yeah, I just
what?
yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
All right,
So
all right.
we're gonna talk about Thanksgiving, man. I used to love Thanksgiving. Like the macaroni. I'm West Indian, so we eat all types of shit. It's probably all the things that are on the do not eat list, like the block of Velveeta,
Yep.
the block, like you know what I'm talking about. It comes with its own cardboard sleeve.
You guys bust out the full block. It doesn't go into something. It's just a block on the
No,
table.
it goes into the macaroni and cheese, but
Okay.
okay, don't stop there. So then the block goes, and then there's a pack of the cheddar. You know the shredded cheddar you get in packs.
Mm-hmm.
Little cow on the front sometimes. Yeah, like 2 packs of those go in.
You
Bro,
get me hungry.
I am hungry, but I was wondering. I'm like, damn. But anyway, that's the stuff I remember. Like those things, the pie, the football, and then one day somebody like kind of makes you look at something. And you're like, holy shit, my life was a lie, son. like people. That's not actually a cool day. That's
I
not
know
what I
what
thought it was.
you
and it hurts because somebody stole something from you. But
Yes.
it's also the truth. So what I had for you was I was watching this cartoon because that's how I got ingest my history. I'm not as advanced as you. Sometimes I need very, very visuals like cartoons and stuff like that. So they had the cartoon reenactment, and we're gonna watch a little bit of it.
Okay.
And for me, I watch stuff like I'm high. That's why I'm like, I don't say everything I want to say because people are like, what the hell is going on in your head, bro? So
You gotta keep some of that censored.
I gotta suppress it. I gotta keep the line locked up sometimes, man. But I'm watching this Thanksgiving, the real story of Thanksgiving on the cartoon, and I'm like, yo, that dude Squanto was a snitch, son. Yo, I'm not even watching it I'm watching like it's a movie. Like, yo, dude
Right, you
snitched.
always roast.
I'm like, yo, dude ratted. That's soft, Squanto, man. But it
I
was
didn't
such.
even know that was a real person. I thought that was just a character.
Oh man, that's a real. It's a real person, man. It's a real person. You're gonna soon see. Hold on, let's pull up a little Squanto. Yo, you're gonna feel the same way. You're gonna be like, yo, that's crazy, son. Dude snitched. And they had his background story. That's what. Oh man, they had to catch the predator music in the background. You know when something dramatic happens when they're like, and then Squanto.
Where'd you get this video? Where'd you find it?
YouTube. You know everything true happens on YouTube, bro. Come on, man. Get with the times, man. I like that. Screen sharing. Now, if I could share the right video, we're in business, bro. Here we go.
Separatists,
How
he
about
was a
that?
gift from God. But in fact, Squanto had been kidnapped from Patuxet in 1614 and shipped to Spain to be sold into slavery. He ended up in London at the home of a merchant who taught him English and arranged for Squanto's return to the Dawnland in 1619. But Patuxet was now gone, wiped away by the epidemic. Massasoit took him in with suspicion because of his years abroad, but
Feel the
needed a
ominous
translator
music.
to parley with the newcomers. He eventually sent his warrior Hobamok to live among the settlers and keep an eye on Squanto. By fall, the settlers had a bountiful harvest and a feast was held to celebrate. Massasoit showed up with 90 warriors and 5 deer for the meal. For 3 days, the English and Wampanoag ate and entertained one another. This was the famous first Thanksgiving children learn about in school.
And then they
Harvest
poison
feast
people.
for Puritans, but the story of pilgrims and Indians does not end here. During New Plymouth's first year, Squanto had been up to something. Realizing his substantial power as the only English speaker of his people, he conceived a plan to overthrow Massasoit. He persuaded locals he could command the English to make war or peace at his will. Hobamok was suspicious of Squanto and warned Governor Bradford. Soon enough, they discovered Squanto's plot and informed Massasoit, who was furious. He demanded Squanto be handed over for a swift execution.
I gotta stop sharing. I like the music that comes in when you know do something real is about them. When Squanto's up to no good, yo, it's like ominous, like
That ominous music.
you're
Yep.
like, yeah, he about to do some shady shit when you hear that music. Like that's nothing good's coming out of that music.
I did not know he was a real person. Man, I took that whole Thanksgiving. I'm a cynic to begin with. I took the
I
whole
know.
Thanksgiving story not even with a grain of salt, with a grain of rose-colored lenses. You know, the victors of history get to tell the story. You know what I mean? So I figured the story wasn't the story. I was waiting for the massacre at the end of the dinner.
Oh,
So
so
I really didn't pay much attention to what Thanksgiving really happened. But I hear you when you're talking about it's like they took your childhood away. You thought it was one thing and turned around it was something completely different. I gotta tell you, Dave, that happens to me all the time. I
really, What else? What else is like it kind of?
I'm still mad at my parents. They never told me that pickles were just vinegar on top of cucumbers. Man, I went years and years and years thinking a pickle was its own thing. like it was its own vegetable. I didn't know it was just a cucumber.
I almost talk shit.
And raisins too. I thought raisins was its own fruit. I had no idea that was just grapes.
I mean, I can't even fight with you. I can't fight with you because I think my wife was like, let's just make our own pickles. I'm like, what are you talking about? How you gonna make your own pickles? Pickles is its own thing. Like, you just don't turn another vegetable into something else. No,
Okay.
she's like, pickles are just vinegar and just a cucumber. I was like, no, I didn't know that.
Okay. This just happened to you since you were married. I gotta, at least I figured that out a few years ago.
You find out what you find out, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But here's
all these phrases that are racist phrases that you just say because they're phrases, but you didn't know they had racist meanings behind them. That's kind of how I feel about Thanksgiving. Like, we're out here celebrating, eating, thinking everything's happy and merry, and then come to find out, it was some disaster befalling on some people and some land taken, and they even had the epidemic involved, and they gave them COVID the whole time. Everybody died from COVID before they turned around.
That was my next question for you. I'm like, listen, that wasn't some black people. Here's why. The first time they came through, right, and they poisoned the whole of Roxbury. The whole of Roxbury's dead. We're like, oh, okay. Come back around here and do that again. Like, try that again.
Come back here. We got something for you.
We wouldn't be like, all right, you tricked us one time, but come back in the fold again. That's what that's what you're talking about. The first time they killed all Squanto's people, that's the backstory you didn't see in that. That was Squanto's people, and they brought him over, I think, to Europe or some part of Europe, and he was a slave.
Yep.
And the dude was like, yo, I like you, Squanto. I'm going to free you, son. And he freed him, and he went back. And then, okay, so at that, those people poisoned all Squanto's whole town. And now Squanto's rolling some other town. And some more people coming off boats. You guys allowed them to come back in the fold again? I'm sorry. I mean, I just didn't get it. I didn't get that part.
No, I blame Squanto squarely on this. So the way I just heard that is they killed all of Squanto's people. So Squanto is the only witness to the crime. He comes back and doesn't tell anybody what happened.
I didn't think about that part either. Squanto was shady.
There was nobody. These poor people didn't know they killed all of Roxbury. It's like they showed up to Mattapan and they didn't get the word that Roxbury had gotten killed. And you're sitting there like, I know the secret. I'm just not telling y'all.
You're right. Because how Squanto not break down one night, just like, yo, can you pass me the butter? And just, oh, shit.
I've been a slave in Spain.
For real. Some type of PTSD? Nothing? He's just walking around. That dude's a psychopath, though.
Squanto had some sociopathic issues.
He has some issues. He has some issues, man.